Hi, everybody.
Hey,
welcome to The Mom's View. We've got a nice little intimate crew today, Kayli, Katilette, and Angel. And we have a fun little subject coming up in a bit. But first, I want to know updates. Katilette, we haven't seen you in a while. What's new?
Well, I am trying to lose baby weight.
Okay,
that's
you look
new.
amazing.
Absolutely.
I started a diet. Thank you. You guys are really nice. I started a diet bet, and the first day I was like, yes, I'm working out. I got this, and it was like a great day. And then the next day I was like, oh no, this is gonna be really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you're doing it with 5 kids.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Well, it's just we take it one moment at a time.
Mom.
I know it.
Where's your
I
cake?
don't know about that.
I'm like, you earn whatever extra pound you want to keep, honey. I'm like, I got 5 kids.
Yeah. And just like taking care of them has got to be a huge workout. I saw your little boy running around here. You're just like chasing after him. You burn a lot of calories.
Well, I just let him go. I'm like, see ya.
Bye, baby.
Catch you
Nice.
later.
It was a nice time having you as my child.
Hopefully you'll come back, but I'm not chasing you.
What are you doing to work out?
I actually used to be a turbo kick instructor. So I have.
yeah.
You did?
At 24-Hour Fitness?
You used to be an instructor?
Me? Oh my God, totally.
I did not know
I'm taking that on Friday. What are you talking about?
Really?
I take them on Fridays.
Yeah,
I love
it.
it.
You do turbo kick?
I do turbo kick.
It is a calorie burner.
Yes.
Oh, I would be beet red and so sweaty when I was young. I didn't know you
but
did
it's
that.
fun. Like, that's what I love about it. I know. Holla. Sorry, Kayli. So, do you do turbo kick?
That's what I just said. I feel left out. I've never done that.
But no, that's that
After
one
this
class that it's hard. Like I am working out with a girlfriend. She's getting ready for a big birthday. I'm not gonna put her on blast and say how old she's turning. 50. No, she would really die. She'd be like, no. But we wake up every morning, work out at 5:30 in the morning.
You do?
Yes, we do. And she gets so mad at me, but we've only been 3 weeks, she's already lost like 6 pounds. Wow. So I'm like, and she hasn't even changed her diet. I worked you out, but we took a turbo kickboxing class. We did a 2 a day. We worked out in the morning, then took the class.
Ooh, that's hard.
And literally, I was like, I'm going to die. I'm going to vomit. But at some point in time, she was getting so confused. It just looked like she was in there dancing. Like she's like, yeah.
That's what I would look like. What?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
So I
fine,
can understand people not taking the class. It can get confusing very quickly.
And I think I get confused, but what I love about it is just the energy. So even if I get confused, I'm like, okay, I'm doing my own thing, but at least I'm still moving.
Yeah. I know you said you like group fitness before. I love group fitness, probably because I taught it, and I just think it's so fun to just sweat together with everybody. Yeah.
I'm the one in the back that's like, woo, here we go.
Yeah, screaming.
I'm always that person that's like, yeah, because I taught, so you
Exactly.
know. Yeah.
You taught spin too, didn't you?
I did.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
So working out's in your blood then.
I try to make it in my blood because
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta feel good. It really is about the way you feel, though. Like,
Yeah, of course.
It's really hard to start a workout plan or any type of fitness, dieting, whatever you want to call it. But once you get into it, it's like, I feel good. And as long as you're making choices that are like lifestyle changes and not just like a fad diet.
Right.
Which I've done those before, and they do not. I'm done.
Oh, God,
No more.
I'm so done with those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
that's my thing.
Well, happy that you're here.
Thank
Any
you.
other exciting updates?
My show is on the air again, so make sure you guys tune in.
Okay.
This Friday, I'll be on again, Nick Mom.
Okay, nice.
Parental discretion. So the first one aired last Friday, and it was super funny.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm shocked that something you would be in
You're
would
on
be
it.
funny,
It's
Angel.
gotta be really
No,
fun.
it was great. I was getting tweets from people. I was like,
Good.
that's exciting. So yeah, that's. I'm really happy that the second season is up, and it's looking really good.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I have a little fun update. I got to go to Sundance in Park City, Utah. I so wish that you were in Utah with me, Little Miss Utah. But it was awesome. I got to go on behalf of Quaker, and I got to interview Brooke Burke-Charvet, which is my hosting idol. And I am obsessed with her because she has 4 kids. I don't know if you guys knew that. And she's just like such a busy, fabulous working mom. And we have a fun little clip that I'm going to share with you guys.
How cool.
Thank you for everything that you do. So, back to work. We are at Sundance, and I'm so excited to chat with Brooke Burke, my host idol. Thank you. Inspiration to so many as a working mom. So, what would you do if you had more energy?
Well, I would get up earlier in the morning so I could spend more time with my 4 kids and not stress them out getting them out the door on time for school. And then I would probably stay up late at night when everyone was asleep and either have quality time with my husband or grab some me time, which is really hard to come by. And that requires more energy.
So that's my update. It was just like, check that off the like little bucket list. Sundance was so cool. I saw so many celebrities.
That's so fun.
And I'm like, I know we live in LA, we probably see them all the time. I certainly saw a bunch when I did makeup, but just to see so many in such a little place, just like walking, everyone from like Mad Men, which I loved that show, and a lot of the Erin Paul Breaking Bad was like the toast of the town.
Did you take
I didn't get
pictures?
to see him though. I did with some people.
Okay.
Yeah, not like a bunch of people, because some were getting mobbed by like paparazzi. So then who am I going to be like?
You're going to be Shahzad Kiati. Excuse me. The mom's view's coming through.
We need this shot. Anyway, now it's time for our topic of the day, which is parenting in public and getting like criticism for what you're doing to your kids in public. I want to know what your guys' experiences are. I'm curious just what your parenting style is when it comes to like disciplining those little crumpets in public. What do you do? Kaylee, take it away. What do you do?
Well, I definitely parent in public.
Okay.
I feel like you have to. If you don't, then when you get in public, when you go somewhere with your kids, they're going to act out.
Because they know you're not going to do
Yeah,
anything.
they know. You'll just sit there. I definitely parent differently.
Yeah.
I'm more aware of what I'm doing, what I'm saying, how I'm acting, which I should be more aware of at home too.
Right.
But I definitely parent different in public.
Really? I don't. It's hard.
I mean,
Well, it's okay. No parent is perfect, right?
Right, of course.
I feel like you start out as a parent differently, and then like the more kids you have, then it's like, yeah, maybe I'll change the way I do this. Maybe that doesn't work out, and it doesn't work out for every kid. What works out for one? So it's like, I don't really know. But I feel like when I am in public, you do have to parent. Like you have to, or it's like, oh, I'm gonna go crazy wherever we're at. It doesn't matter because mom's not gonna do anything. And I have like, I'm gonna take you out to the car, you know.
Yeah.
I think whatever you do, you have to be consistent. Because there's been times where I'm like, don't do that, or I'm going to do this, and then the kid's like, no, you're not, you know. And it's like, oh,
Yeah, that's easier said than done though. Like when you're somewhere and you're like, I'm gonna take you to the car right now if you do it again. And then they do it again and you're like, seriously, next time, I'm gonna take you to the car.
Okay, I know
like,
this is
really?
number 10,
Really,
but
Mom?
this time, really.
I mean it this time.
That's why I feel like if you give a threat, like you have to know that you are going to follow through.
Right.
With it. Like for instance, we were at Disneyland once, and Shay told Baby Tard, if you suck your thumb, because we were really trying to get her to stop sucking her thumb. This is a little while ago, but he said, if you suck your thumb one more time, we're going to go home. And I looked at him like, do not tell her that.
Right.
Because we want to stay.
Because I knew that he would follow through with it, and I knew that I did not want to leave Disneyland, and I knew she was going to suck her thumb again, because she just, it's habit, you know? And I mean, we had spent our whole day at Disneyland, and it's not like we missed out, but like 9 o'clock, before the fireworks, she sucks her thumb, and he says, okay, we're leaving. And we get everybody, and we're leaving, and I'm like this.
Right, you're just mad.
But at the same time, I'm like, I can't be mad because he has to follow through. Because he said it, he has to follow through. And so it's like, I have to support him in that, but I am going to talk to him when we get home.
Did she stop sucking her thumb after that? Was that
No,
she was
still
like,
sucks her thumb.
she's like, and Mickey gonna be here. We're gonna come back.
I know. I'm like, I think she was sad, but at the same time, she's like, I sucked my thumb. Like, that's what I do. And the funny thing was, we were leaving Disneyland, and we're all like this. We're leaving Disneyland. And somebody goes, oh, Shaytards! And we're like, hi! You know, like, we're just so happy. I think being in the public eye, too, definitely makes me realize, okay, when I'm in the public, how am I acting? Like, I need to, like, be a consistent parent, but I also need to be like, you know, not a jerk.
Right.
I always worry when we go to Disneyland or when we go somewhere and I get a tweet and someone says, I saw you today, but I didn't dare say hi. I'm like, oh,
What was I doing?
And I think that's the difference when I say I parent differently. I'm not going to yell at my kid.
Right.
I mean, I try not to yell a lot anyways, but I'm not going to like scream Braylee at Braylee and you know, we're leaving, or if she's not listening. Where at home I might raise my voice a little bit,
higher.
but you know, that's the difference in what I do in public.
Oh, I will yell at my son in public. I'm like, Marcus, get it together. What I try to do because I agree with the ladies, you have to parent in public. Like, it's not a job that you can kind of turn off. Right. It's just, you have to do it. I try to avoid things that I know will make him test me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he was in his runoff phase, where he's like, if we get into a store, he's darting for the door to run out the street and kill himself. I don't know what his purpose was at the time. The first thing I would look for was a shopping cart to put him in, or a stroller, like, to avoid that part of what he was going to do. Like, there's certain, my child is no perfect angel, but for the most part, he's pretty good. But with me and him now that he's 4, it's more like we're siblings because we go at each other. It is pathetic. It really is. Like today, trying to get him out the car to take him to school. I'm like, get out the car. And he's not listening. I hate having to repeat myself. I'm like, get out. I was like, do you want a spanking? He's like, do you want a spanking?
Oh, no.
But he does stuff like that to me now. And I'm like, you know what, little boy? And he's like, oh, mommy. So now I have to use his dad all the time because he is so not fazed by me at all. Yeah. So like if I'm if his dad is around, I'm like, oh, well, let's just talk to daddy. He's like, mom. Okay. Okay, we're getting out of the car. So it has changed a lot. Like, I think because me and him are so close, he knows I'm tired. I think that's what it is. He knows that I don't have the energy to follow through. He just, so I do. Like, you will hear me in public. You will see me, like yesterday when I accidentally popped somebody else's child.
I remember that story.
Because the little boy was not listening. He's playing my son, so I did what I would have did to my son. I was like, turn around. And I was like, oh, God. No.
That's not my child.
This is not my child. I am so sorry, little child. But he wasn't even, apparently he gets popped a lot, too, because he wasn't even phased. He was just like. So, yeah, no, I'm all about parenting. You know, you're just trying to keep your kids alive. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to, beat them to death so that they're bleeding in the middle of the store. We're just trying to get them to stay alive. And sometimes it might take a yell. It might take a threat. Might take a pinch while no one's looking. What you do when no one's looking? Yeah, you just get it to go.
Every kid is different too. My kids are complete opposites. When I used to take Braylee anywhere with me, she would throw a tantrum every single time we would go anywhere. Every single time, and it was hard, and I didn't know what to do. And I could threaten her. I could do everything, and she would lay on the ground screaming. And she didn't care what I did.
I had my mom tells everybody, especially like any guy I've ever dated, she wants to like tell this story about me when I was like 2, that I threw a fit in the grocery store and she left me. And her and my brother went and got in the car. We're driving, or about to get in the car. And my brother, who's a year and a half older, he looks at my mom, he started bawling like, are we really gonna leave Charles out of the grocery store? And she was so pissed at the time. She was like, yes. And then she saw my older brother's face, just like he was going to just lose it if he really thought that I was gonna be left there. So she credits my brother for saving my life, getting me out of the grocery store. Thanks, bros.
But so sad.
I know.
It's hard though. I understand where your mom was because there were times and people are staring at you and people are rude.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't know what to do. And I had a client one day. I used to do fingernails and I was doing her nails, and she told me 2 different times. One time she was telling me about this kid who was throwing this tantrum and his mom wasn't doing anything. And she was so disgusted because she should have been being a parent, but she wasn't doing anything, and she was just beside herself that this mom didn't do anything. And I was like, well, I've been there. Like, it's really hard. She might have been doing things and you didn't realize it. But I didn't want to argue with her, so I was like, yeah. And then another time she told me, I was at the grocery store the other day and this mom spanked her little boy and was getting so mad and yelling, and I was like, what do you expect from what do you want?
Right?
Did you not have children? Like, you don't know what to do. In that moment, it's hard.
I can see myself reacting the way my mom did.
And walking.
I'm very similar to my mom in that sense, where I'd be like, okay, fine, stay here, do whatever. I hate you. Just kidding.
I have walked away from Braylee.
Yeah,
while
sometimes
she was
you gotta do it. I mean, as long as you can kind of keep an eye on him.
Right.
Yeah, I've let my son, during his runoff phase, I've let him think that I completely could not see him. And then he was just like, Mommy. I let him get all the way to tears before I came. I was like, ha-ha.
Like, how'd you?
Now, you want to keep running off on people. Yeah, look, how you going to survive now? 2, can't do nothing.
Has anyone ever said anything to you guys in public, like, about the way you're parenting? Like, does that stuff really happen?
I think it does happen. I've never had it personally happen to me. I've had where I went to the grocery store. It was here in LA.
It's the grocery store.
It's the grocery store.
No kid wants to be at the
I know,
grocery
right?
store.
So fun.
So it was right after we moved back, and I was taking my 4 kids to the grocery store. And it was a grocery store that was kind of in the, I don't know if you'd call it richer area, but sort of by the beach. And I like walked in, and I noticed right away, I'm like, I am the only one with kids in here. Oh, well, whatever, we're going grocery shopping. And this lady comes up to me, she goes, oh, that's so sweet, are you their nanny? And I go,
You're so
no, they're actually mine. And she immediately was just like, oh, and walked away. And I was like, that was weird.
She probably thought you were like 17, and that she was judging, like, you young tramp, you.
That's how I felt. And then for me, I'm just like, that doesn't really offend me. I'm just like, okay, well, next time I'm going to bring my other baby that I haven't had yet.
I'm gonna bring all 6.
Bring my dog too.
Have you guys ever, like, been in a situation where you've seen somebody doing a really bad job being a parent, and you kind of want to step in and say something?
I don't think I ever want to say anything, but I have. Well, no, I sometimes do. I do, and I feel for certain. I know. How can I put this? When you see someone's child having a tantrum, sometimes you just want to see that they're trying to get their child to stop having a tantrum. When it looks like they're just like, well, you know, this is not what you, and you're just like, no, why? Do something. Let's all be frustrated together, but you look too calm. You don't look frustrated. I'm frustrated, and you're not frustrated. Like, especially like on planes and stuff like that. So my sister, Daisy, she is quick to jump in on somebody. Especially don't let it be at church where she's like, oh, now we all family. Children are afraid of her, and now parents will use her. She's like the dad, the extra dad. You want me to tell Miss Daisy? Because she will snatch a knot in a child. Like, you will all of a sudden, she's so short, you'll see this little, and you're like, oh, who's she about to beat? There's what is getting ready to happen? But kids are now petrified of her, and parents have used it to their advantage. They're like,
That's awesome.
Minister Daisy's gonna come, and they're like, no, I swear.
My goodness.
When I see someone struggling with their child, I always try to give like a sympathetic look or like a smile, like we've all been there, because I feel like when I was in those situations, that's what I wanted, was like to look around and see someone like, it's okay, like we all understand, and it's okay, you got this.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. You're such a nice person.
Like, I'm probably the one that's like, okay, now, everyone.
You just want to see.
As I'm just crumbling inside, like, raw.
You just want to see something, because you know that kids will do whatever they want to do. Like, at the end of the day, you don't have control over them. But it's sometimes very frustrating when you feel like that parent has gotten used to it, so they're just like, and you're like, not everybody else around you has gotten used to this. Like, can we see some, just even if it's not working at all, just a twinge of an effort that you want this child to stop. Just try, please.
I agree, though. I want to see somebody, like, trying.
Right. Sometimes you feel like you've exhausted all, everything that you could ever do.
Right. No, I can get it.
Something that I used to do with Braylee that I am going to tell you not to do is I used to bribe with toys. So if we went somewhere, I would say, if you're good, I'll buy you a toy. And then I was like, that's not good that she expects me to, give her toys every time. And so then when I had to break that habit, then it was like these tantrums all over again.
Right.
Because I got her used to expecting a toy or a treat every time. So that's something I would say don't do. Don't do it. Just don't do
I think it helps to prepare your child. Like, if you're going to the grocery store at 9 o'clock at night and you're bringing all your kids, it's like, you know they're going to be tired.
Right.
Maybe they're hungry. Maybe it's been a while since you ate. Like, you got to kind of prepare and think beforehand before you do stuff like that. And also, talk to your kids. At some point in time, you can sit down and say, okay, we are going to the store. This is how it's going to go. If it doesn't go this way, we will just leave and come right back home. Or, some type of discipline where you're not having to be, in the moment, rah! But prepare them beforehand. That helps. But I do realize I think that before I had kids, it was easier to be like, oh, really? You really need to get that child under control. But after you have kids, and the more kids you have, because you realize each kid is different,
right?
Then it's like, okay, I'm sorry. I feel really bad for you right now. And I'm like, I know what that's like, and every parent is different, every child is different, so it's a juggling game trying to find that balance.
Do you find that people give you guys advice on how to parent ever?
Online they do.
Yes.
I know, right?
When they can type it in a comment, they don't have to say it to me face to face. It's pretty easy.
I think amongst friends we share stuff, and I probably give more unsolicited advice than what I should. like I have one. What I notice is that my son acts worse with me than anyone else.
Right.
And so I have a friend whose child is the same way. Like he'll have tantrums with her. We don't have that problem when I'm with him. He might try, and I'm like, you get up off that floor right now, or it's going to be on. And he gets his little self together, and we go wherever we're going to go. And she's like, am I just a bad parent? And I'm like, no, I think really, like, well, you could set probably some more boundaries, but children a lot of times act worse with their moms because they know we're going to love them regardless. Our children could be sitting in prison, and we're still going to be like, that is my baby.
Yeah, of course.
Okay? He made all that money making those license plates, and I am so proud of him. Where, with a stranger.
Is that a big scam these days? Fake license plates?
No, that's what they do in jail to make money. Come on. You got relatives. No, me. I'm the only one with relatives. No. But I think sometimes it does help, though, because we don't have all the answers, and you might have somebody that that has either a child that you're like, did your child used to do this or whatever? I try not to give too much advice, but sometimes I think I do. Because you want to help. It's not that I'm judging. It's just like, I see you're struggling with this.
And this is what I did, and this is what worked for me.
You might want to try this. Not in a way of like, girl, you are just jacked up. What are you doing?
Have you had experience with people giving you advice now that you're expecting?
Yes. Pregnancy, online, of course. Which, you know what I like though? I do, a little baby diaries series on my YouTube channel where I welcome advice. And I've actually found a lot of people love to give advice. And it's not so much advice as sharing their experiences and what worked for them and what didn't work for them. And I'm totally open to that.
That's great. Yeah.
No one has given me any like weird, creepy like advice or like done anything like overstepped any boundaries or anything like that yet.
Oh yeah,
but
just wait
I'm
till that baby
curious
comes out.
what happens. Yeah. Has anybody ever like rubbed your guys' stomachs while you've been walking down the street, or like any weird creepy strangers like touched your bellies when they haven't, like when you don't know them?
That doesn't bother me because I get the magnetism.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, just
I think
it
depends.
If it was a man that I didn't know, I would punch him in the face if he tried to touch my
were
stomach.
pregnant and
A creepy like old man, if he came up to me and touched my stomach, that would not be okay. But a woman, I don't mind if a woman touches my stomach.
I also think it depends on like how far along you are, because at the beginning when you're just feeling like bigger, like don't touch that.
It's not hard. Yeah,
but when it
feels jiggly.
This, then
Yeah, I've had someone ask that I didn't know was a woman, and she was just like, "You're just so cute." I thought it was sweet, but I don't look approachable most of the time, so people typically don't ask me. Especially when I was pregnant, they're like, "She's going to kill me if I ask for directions," so I'm not going to ask to touch her belly. But yeah, pregnant bellies just is like the child is going, "Come touch me."
Especially when you're wanting to have a baby. When I was pregnant, or when I wasn't pregnant and you were, and I wanted to be pregnant so bad, I was always like, "Can I touch Clyde? Is he kicking? Can I feel it?"
Yeah.
Like you just want to feel that so bad.
Yeah.
So I understand. But.
Do you guys get any? Did people give you weird pregnancy advice? Anything in particular that stands out?
I didn't, not particularly pregnancy, but after I had number 4, I went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, so, what kind of birth control, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I'm not ready for anything like major, because I might have more. She's like, 5? Now, 5's going to be really hard on your body. Like, she just started, like, unloading, like, I should not have more kids. And that was, like,
coming from a doctor, that's a little hard to swallow.
It was, and she kept trying to she kept trying to sell me on this sterilization technique, and I'm like,
no. Like, well, that's the end of our relationship.
It was
crazy. That's
it was.
extreme.
That was probably the most extreme, and I was livid after I left. I was just like, I will never. I hate California. In my mind, it was like California.
I had a similar experience when I went in to have my IUD taken out. The nurse said to me, "Is this your first?" And I said, "No, this will be my third. I'm going to try to get pregnant with my third." And she said, "Are you sure you want to do that?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." And then the doctor came in and even was like, "So you're sure you want 3?" Like, 3? Is that a lot?
For these days, yes, it is. It's absolutely. Like, one of my best friends has 4, and every time, like, everybody's like, "Are you sure this is your last one?" And sometimes she's like, "Yes," because she finally got her girl, and then she's like, "I don't know." And people are like, "Really?" And she's like, "Are you paying for these kids?
Right. Like,
are you putting in on this pot? Are you paying any of my bills? Why are you so opinionated? I'm not on welfare, so you're really not paying for my kids. So why are you concerned what's coming up out of my womb?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Did you plan on renting this out? Like, did you plan on having a party in here? I don't know why you're so concerned, but people do. Like, once you have more than sometimes one child, they're like, "Oh,
Really?
yeah, really? What is? I don't know what that is about." I'm like, have as many kids as you want to have. I'm not babysitting, but have as many children as you want to have. It's your house. Right.
All right, you guys, we have some Twitter questions. This one is from Tara Smith. She says, "Help! I'm pregnant." I feel you, girl. And my in-laws like to give me lots of unsolicited advice. How do I deal with them? I think it's good to take everything with a grain of salt. I mean, everybody has like a different set of experiences that create their opinions on what they think you should and shouldn't do or whatever. And I think most people, like I said earlier, their advice comes from a good place because they want to help you. So I'm sure your in-laws probably just want to help you. I know it can get overwhelming though.
Absolutely. I think that I had a hard time with this when I was pregnant with Braylee.
Yeah.
Because I was young and immature. And I thought everything that my mom told me I should listen to, and that was all. And so when I got advice from other people, even my mother-in-law, I didn't take it like I should have. I thought, she thinks that I'm doing a bad job and she doesn't think I'm going to be able to do this. So I think that you're exactly right. You should take it. Everyone's just trying to help.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
But if it's really, sorry, go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I can't remember what I was going to say.
No, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, go ahead, Angel.
But if it's like really getting on your nerves, because that's what was happening with me when I was breastfeeding, you sick your husband on them. I'm dead serious. I was like, I told my husband, I was like, if someone else has a question about how long I'm going to breastfeed my child, I'm going to lose it. And so he was like he said, they ain't breastfed nobody for 30 years. Why do they have an opinion? I said, I don't know, but I'm getting tired of it. Right. So he just kind of laid down the law of don't ask my wife again about it. Like, again, I was like, is somebody renting out my breasts? Is somebody waiting their turn?
Why does anybody care what you do with your baby and your...
Right. So that's my, Tara, I would just tell your husband, if it's like getting to that point where it's starting to get overwhelming, where you're having to tweet us like what to do, I would just tell your husband, can you get your family to lay off just a little bit? Like, I understand they're not trying to be mean, but it's getting overwhelming for me to sort through all of this.
Also, at that time, it's such a great time when you have a baby and you want to enjoy it with your family and with your in-laws, and you don't want those bad feelings there. Yes. So if it is bothering you, it's good to say something, because it's good just to like clear things up, even for someone to step in. Like Casey would always say, like, they're just like trying to help, and then I was like, okay, they're trying to help, and I'm being ridiculous. I look back now and I'm like, what? But
it's overwhelming, though.
It's good to talk
it's a lot of emotion. You just like, please, just stop for a second so I can just get it together. Yeah.
Colette, anything you want to?
I think, dealing with that whole dynamic of marriage and in-laws, like, that's a whole other episode.
Right, totally.
But I think that is true. Like, you need to be on the same side, like, together with your husband, and make sure he knows how you feel, and so that you can like present it to your in-laws in a non-confrontational way. You know, like, you don't want it to blow up one day where you're just like, you're a mother and blah, blah, blah. Like, you want to be able to be like, you know, honey, this really bothers me. Do you think maybe we could figure out how to let your mother know, or, you know?
Yeah, now I'm seeking advice, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, when I get together with my mom or my mother-in-law, I'm like, help me. I can't remember what I'm doing.
That's
Give me
how I
advice.
feel right now too. I'm like, I'll take it all. I mean, as long as it's like comes from a good place and it's like, hey, this is what I did. It really worked great for me. Not like you should do this or else. Blah. Right. So, okay,
Also
good.
to remember that like your mother-in-law is probably like, oh, I miss that. I love that feeling. So she's probably like, here, let me teach you. Let me help you. So just to, you know, take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah. We have another Twitter question. This one's from Miranda Gerald. She says, what do you do when your child has a meltdown in public? Well, if you're like my mom, you leave them.
Yep.
I think you need to try to understand your child. That's what I learned with Braylee, and I hate to keep bringing it up. When I talk about Braylee throwing tantrums now, she's like, why do you tell everyone that I did that?
Because she's so sweet.
She's
love
a
your
good
little
girl.
girl so
Yeah,
much.
she's great. But we did struggle, and I had to learn what worked with Braylee, because yelling at her didn't and doesn't. Threatening her does not work. She needs to be rewarded. And like I said before, I used to reward her with things, but now we reward with like points. If you're good at the grocery store, I'm going to give you a point. You need to know what works with your kids.
Right.
With Gage, I can say, Gage, I'm disappointed that you're acting like that. And he's like, you are? And that's what works. But I feel like you need to know your child.
And you could try the pinch, too.
And I could just start pinching her.
Pinch, I'm telling you, pinch it with the little conversation in the ear. They'll something will happen. I don't know if it's what you want to happen. You might get arrested, but something will happen.
I think one thing too that you need to realize is to be nice to yourself.
Yeah.
Like parenting is really tough, and you're not going to do it perfect every time, and you might not even know what perfect is for a really long time until they're older and like, oh, maybe I should have tried this. But don't let yourself be worried about what everybody else around you is going to think about you, because that in the long run, like it matters. Your relationship with your child and how you're going to make that happen is what's most important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Angel, anything else you want to add?
It's definitely about knowing your child and figuring out whatever system is going to work. There's a reason why your child is having a meltdown, whether it's something is really bothering them or whether they're just trying to piss you off.
Right.
I mean, sometimes that is the
It
case.
can be a vindictive thing, or
Right, it really
I'm really
can be. So just trying to figure that out. And like I would say, if you don't feel like you have a grip on how to get them not to do it, trying to avoid those situations where they do it, I think is the best thing, until you can figure out a way to get a grip on it, I would say, so that you're not stressed out when you're out like, oh my God, I can't.
this is happening again.
Yeah, just to avoid it. Those phases will eventually leave. But yeah, if you can't figure out what's causing it, avoid it until you can figure it out.
My baby's not going to have any meltdowns.
My
My baby won't have any meltdowns. Well, you guys, that's...
Knock on wood right now.
Knock on it.
You just started kicking when I said that. He's like, watch this,
He's
Mom.
like, I'm about to have one on you right now. You're going to pee all across this chair.
The show's over because I got to go to the bathroom, everybody. We will be back next Thursday at 2, and we're going to leave you with a fun little clip that we also have on our Facebook page. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait to see what these shoesies look like. I can't see my shoes. Oh, they're cute.